it up, pack it in, let me begin.
Let them do it.
Yeah, but it's too long.
I know.
Wait. Good morning.
Rock here.
Nancy here.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing?
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday night, and the mood is right. Gonna have some fun. Gonna show you how it's done.
TGIF.
Something like that. You guys remember that TGIF?
Quick shout out to Anne.
Happy birthday.
Oh my goodness.
We won't
Five.
say don't say the age.
Sorry.
29 forever. Jeez.
Yeah.
Watch yourself. Never tell a woman's real age, right? I'm learning that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got the news that
Ooh.
Well, I mean it's I'm going back to work.
I want you here.
I know
I
you
want
want me all to yourself. I get it. I understand. I'm awesome. What can I
No,
say?
well, like, you've been told that you're going to be going back to work, so I'm not just going to sit here and wait. So I'm going to look at my options as well. I've already applied for a job yesterday.
Yay.
So, yeah. So
Back to the real world.
well, it's not, if they want to hire people, I'm willing to work, you know?
We'll have to do our projects
That's
on the
just
side.
the way it is.
because-
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, so with returning back to work, obviously part-time, very part-time at the beginning.
You're just going
and,
to ramp it up. I
Yeah, it's going to be strange because, I mean, the new guidelines for health and safety, wearing masks, and
Weird stuff.
yeah, it's going to be very strange.
Hazmat suits.
But,
and,
I mean, we're creatures of adaptation, so we'll easily adapt into it.
Yeah.
And I have definitely mixed feelings about this because I'm really enjoying growing our brand as life coaching and
Yeah.
health coaching. And of course, our morning show is so much fun. And
It is fun.
being with Naomi, and she's not taking the news so lightly, but
Yeah.
we'll make it work, and we'll go back to work and touch people.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
See my
We're,
clients again, and I'm a massage therapist, so in case you're wondering, like, hey, what do you mean touch my clients?
I'm going to touch my clients. You're looking forward to touching people?
And just being amongst coworkers, I mean, seeing
Yeah.
people outside of my
That's exciting.
family, so you have to look at the positive side of things.
Of
right?
course. It's there's
Yeah.
a lot of pros and cons for everything, but if you only focus on the cons, then even if there are only three of them, they get huge, right?
Yeah, which I have been actually. When I got the news, I was like, oh no, I'm really loving this routine we're having, and
Yeah, building a brand.
quality time
yeah.
with family,
Yeah.
and it's so I was really kind of bummed.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, like, because I was talking to my coworkers, and they were like, well, it'll be nice to see everybody and
Yeah.
seeing what everybody's up to, and
Definitely.
being back in touch with family, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it'll be it's a bittersweet.
Bittersweet thing. Our parenting styles will have to be changed again and modified, and it's tough being a parent nowadays, specifically when you have your parents' baggage on your shoulders and stuff like that. I'm speaking for myself. Being
I agree.
raised in the type of environment that I was raised in, where my father, for his own reasons, was belittling towards us and blunt and kind of like distant. I mean, I get why, and I'm not blaming him. But having said that, it's like it's now instilled into me to being kind of like that. You know,
You adapt the behavior, right?
I'm blunt and I push people away because I don't want to get hurt by their love, and it's just I'm not always like that, but it's a part of who I am and a part of who I want to change for sure.
Yeah, I definitely see a difference when like you go to bed, like have a good night's sleep, and
Yeah.
obviously you have more patience, and
Yeah.
When you do the work on being more mindful,
When I'm
around
more
parenting,
present,
more
when
present.
I'm more present, I am better. That's just the way it is. When I'm not present, I'm like somebody else, and I can it's weird because when I'm like that, I can see myself being like that from outside my body, and I can I'm watching myself being blunt or being whatever it is, and I'm like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're not being present there. You're just lashing out.
Yeah, and of course, me, I'm mother bear, and I want like my daughter to have the perfect life. So and it's, I know, like, I can't shelter her forever. She needs to experience pain and hardship so she can build resiliency. I get that. Sometimes it's just, more it's stronger than me. Same as with you, it's stronger than you when you're like acting in a certain way you don't want to, but it's...
You're shaking the table.
Sorry. And you talked about a good point earlier about like because we were dealt.
We were dealt. Did you want to say it?
No, go ahead.
Well, no, go. I don't want to ruin your train of thought.
We were dealt
shitty hands.
Shitty hand. Well, I wouldn't say shitty. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff, but as the decks were against us, if you will.
Yeah.
And all of this parenting style that we've adapted was what self-taught, if you will.
Well, it's what you learn, right? When you're a child, your parents are your world. You look at your parents, and when you see your father or your mother, you're not necessarily just seeing your father or your mother. You're seeing men, and you're seeing women. Mm-hmm. So you see them as like the collective group of the sex they represent. Now, let's not get into the whole, there are 1,000 genders there. Just male, female for now, traditional family, okay? It doesn't mean that if you're not a traditional family that you can't have kids and whatever. I'm not saying that. Let's just, we're talking about us here, okay? Don't create a blog about how bad we were because we didn't include everybody. But anyways, they see us, they mold us, and they learn from us, and then they model us, right? Mm-hmm. I did that when I saw my parents. I remember my father being towards one of his friends, always like picking on him and teasing him and teasing him and teasing him. And these were adults. And then I started doing that to his friend in response to seeing my father do it.
To your brother too.
And to my brother. But then my father was like, hey, stop doing that. He's my friend. Why are you doing that? And I'm like, well, you do it. And I was like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 maybe? Mm-hmm. I was like, well, you do that. Why can't I do that? And then he just kind of like didn't acknowledge that he had any part in that. It was more about punishing me for exhibiting the same behaviors that he was.
Yeah.
And now as
he
an
often
adult,
like belittled even your mom, your brother, so you learned that behavior.
Yeah, he did tease my brother about his weight being a bit chubby, and I still do that to my brother nowadays. Sometimes, and I hate myself for doing that. It's like, man,
you catch yourself. Though.
I catch myself. He's so much more than his weight. He's so much more. Anyways, but yeah, we definitely learn from our environment and from our parents, and the hope is. And I'm going to just be blunt here. The hope is that you hope that your parents have their shit together. Because you want to be able to model.
Yeah.
And I keep pointing up like I'm pretending I'm a child here, pointing up to the parents. But you want to be able to model a good behavior and good patterns for your own children.
Yeah, because
I just want to finish one thing. And not pass on your emotional baggage to your children.
Yeah, because when you're a kid, you're egocentric. You think that everything around you is because of you. So if your parents are great, it's because of you. If your parents are bad, it's because of you. It's like you take on like, I'm bad. Like what I did was I'm. You know what I mean? So it's like you create this conclusion that everything that happens around me is because of me. So if daddy comes home from a bad day and he's like pissed off and like he gets like just
it's my fault,
goes right on you, it's my fault, and the kid's like, it's because of me. It's not because of him, it's because it's because of he had a bad day. And that's,
and I think
kids don't recognize that. They don't realize that, you know?
Well, they're not mentally capable of recognizing that.
Exactly.
It's the parent's job to say, you know what, I had a really bad day there. I just need some time to
blow off some steam
or relax, and then I'll be all present with you. But we don't do that as parents. We are so much in our heads. Well, I shouldn't say we don't do that as parents. Sometimes we don't do that. We're not all bad people. I think we're all right.
Yeah.
But sometimes we are so caught up in our head and living in what happened at work, living in the past, or potentially living in the future of what we have to do for work tomorrow, that we forget that there's a little person around us hovering and watching us. And then they're looking at us kind of being in a anxiety-filled state or depressed state or angry state, and they think it's them. So we need to say, wait a minute, I can see that you see me acting this way. It has nothing to do with you. I want you to know I'm having a moment here
Yeah.
of my own stuff.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I love you, and no matter what you do, I will always love you.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
exactly.
working on as a parent, anyways.
Yeah, to be able to show your vulnerability is really great for your kids to see, because then they can be vulnerable themselves, and that's just it's just part of humanity. Like it's and when you did something wrong as parents, it's okay to repair it. Like if
you can repair it.
You go to say, like, listen, I'm what I did was wrong, and I shouldn't have lashed out on you, and it was nothing to do with you. It was like I had a moment, and I'm really sorry for it. Like it's okay to like make mistakes as a parent. It's
100%.
It's necessary because
100%.
it shows the kid that it's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
But again, you're not the mistake. You just made a mistake.
You just made a mistake. I want to read some of these comments here.
Okay.
We don't have to go all that far. I can read them. So Anne says, bonjour les amis. Happy birthday. And Christine is talking about, at least we know the patterns. You like how authentic we are. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. What am I shake
drinking?
the table. Yeah, well, when you shake the table, right? Do you guys want to see that all day? No, nobody wants to see that.
I'm drinking today a licorice root and peppermint tea latte.
I'm drinking whatever she made me.
I think it's dandelion.
Dandelion. Scorching. I can't even touch this. I'll have to wait until tomorrow.
But to go back to how I parent, I tend to be mother bear and kind of do everything for my child, and I recognize that. And it could be the message that she could be interpreting is, I'm not capable of doing what, because you're doing everything for me. So
and it's
I'm really working on that, because then her confidence is a little lower than I wanted it to be, because she gives up really quickly. I can't do it, and it's like, so I'm taking ownership in that part, because
and you're not coming. It's important to understand that when we do our dues, when we do our stuff, it's not necessarily because we're coming from a place of non-love.
No, we're well intent. It's just
you wanting to do everything for her is not because you don't love her. In fact, it's because you love her a lot. You want to do everything for her.
Yeah, but the kid doesn't understand that.
No, but sometimes my point to that is sometimes you have to be good for your kid as opposed to being good to your kid.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that is doing stuff for them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's tough love.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is what it is. My bluntness, and we'll just focus on the bluntness, there's value in that, because sometimes if you sugarcoat things too much, the message is lost. Instead of just saying, smarten up, Now, I will agree that I have to work on the not escalating it quick. Mm-hmm. I understand that. Mm-hmm. But there's still value in being blunt, as there is value in being motherly.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to say motherly, but helpful, doing stuff for them. There's a lot of value there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the best thing is to be honest with your kid and how you're parenting. I'm actually really honest with Naomi. Actually, just yesterday I said, the reason that I use I a lot. Like, I feel like you have a hard time doing certain things and often quit easily is because I tend to do everything for you and I don't give you the chance to do it. Yeah. So at least she's more mindful of, okay, it's not me. I'm not like I'm not like dumb or stupid and I can't do anything. It's but I mean, kids, they just want to be they just want attention, affection, and acknowledgement. And I was mentioning about our phones. I find when she wants our attention, just park the phone and just give her our undivided attention. Yeah. And I'm guilty of that for many reasons. Just getting ahead in our projects, and also trying to maybe escape the monkey mind. So
all sorts of reasons.
For various reasons that they don't really care what it is. They just want your undivided attention.
They don't understand that.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah. So what did you do? No, we did that yesterday.
I know. Where are we here? Why aren't we back to where we were before?
Well,
the music.
The music? What? I don't know. Oh, dance party?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No.
What's happening? Ah, that.
That's what I wanted. I don't know what it is about Cyndi Lauper, but I like it. I like it a lot. This reminds me of the Goonies.
Yeah?
It reminds me of the Goonies.
Aw.
Don't want to play for too long.
No.
Anyways,
Yeah, so I mean, parenting is not one trick pony. There's many things to do, and I think the best thing is to raise your consciousness around parenting and just being honest with your kid.
That's
and,
right.
And just saying like it's not you, it's me, and then
listening to your kids, there's a lot of value. Think about this, okay? Think of your kids this way. Depending how old they are, but it doesn't matter really. Your children are closely connected to the source that we all come from. Believe in God or whatever you want, whatever. They, when they're little kids, they're sponges. That's why they don't know anything, right? Because they're just taking in everything. They've just come from not being born to being born. So they're from the source now. So they have a lot of wisdom in them, just as is, on how to act during like look at children play, for example. They know that play is important. You don't have to tell them. We put her outside, even if she's by herself, she starts playing. She just knows, innately knows. But yet as parents, as adults, we have to be told, okay, play, we can play now. There's a lot to learn from them. I want to leave. I think we leave them with that.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, like we can learn so much from we can learn so much from our kids. I mean, they're very present. They live with their heart instead of in their heads. You know, they're really in the moment, and there's a lot to learn from kids. So I really hope you guys
have a great weekend.
Oh, you're doing that one? Okay, all right.
This is a classic. Everybody watching this is gonna understand.
Okay, now. So I wish you guys a great weekend. It's going to be a nice weekend, so
stay safe out there.
Stay safe, have fun.
We love you.
Play with your kids.
Monday morning.
We'll talk to you guys Monday morning.
We're starting a new series next week.
Yes.
There's a book for that, so be mindful of tuning in, and we love you.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.